Hey guys, we're about ready to go live. We got 2 minute countdown here. I am going to get it up on the other screen here in case we have a random commenter like we had last week. If you don't mind clicking where you're from, that'd be fantastic. That thumbs up, I see those little likes come up. That helps us with the show as we get going here with Tech Talk Thursday. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. A couple minutes, we'll get started. I'm gonna go ahead and reset the timer and we'll let everybody kind of get in here. Usually there's an email that goes out to everybody to let them know that's coming. And I'm gonna go ahead and make sure we are live. And let me go ahead and see this. And we will be getting started in a minute. Okay, there we go. We got some people coming in. Thank you. If you click that little like button, that's great. Helps us with the algorithm. Helps us get everybody to notify what we're doing. Okay, and there we go. I got it going there. And I have the chat, so that way I can let everybody know we are here, and I can actually control the chat. Hey, Beth Ann, good to see you. As always, welcome everybody. We'll get started in a couple minutes, just talking about different things. Andrew, good to see you from Las Vegas. Great to have you. I love having everybody come in. Larissa, great to see you. Tina, that's great. It's funny, I've got this going so I can keep track of when people come in and start screwing up. I can look over there. Southwest Michigan, thank you. If you don't mind putting in where you're coming from, it's great. Luis, Portugal, hola, glad to have you. Just coming off a golf lesson, and so getting everybody here. If you don't mind hitting that little thumbs up button, that helps us get the algorithm. When YouTube sees likes, and then it gets it out to everybody, lets everybody know we're here. So if you don't mind that, that'd be fantastic. And we're here. Get your questions ready. Stefan, good to see you from Vienna, Austria. Great to see you. Poland again, I love it. We've got a great group that's been coming consistently, which makes this a lot of fun, getting to see everybody here and visit and have some fun. You can see the Quilla in the back. We got the big Quilla back there, which is a lot of fun. So good things. Greetings from Laura, Austria. Great to see you. Boogie down. Hey, Wayne's with us today. Good to see you, Wayne. Dan, great to have you here, man. Vincent from Oregon. It's great to see you. And I actually think now, yes, good. So I have control so I can delete if we run into somebody that is causing issues. All right, so we're doing pretty good. All right, so we got our countdown timer has gone, and we are ready to get rolling. It's funny because I can see it now. I can see now the way that I'm a little bit of delay. And so it's pretty crazy how delayed I am because I can see it on the other screen. But I'm welcome, everybody. Tina, thank you. You read the Sacred Six book? Yeah, exactly. Now you just need to do it. I have a new program. I'll tell you just with this is that the new program is called Get It Done Now. Because what happened with the Sacred Six is a great book about helping people get clear about what they want to do. But what I found over the last couple years of teaching it, people aren't taking as much action as they need to. So I got a new program coming in December to help people take action. I'm excited about that one. Andrew, thank you, brother. Hey, good to have you. Yeah, the Quilla is great. I used it in my meetings this week, as you saw in some of the videos, and I'm just learning how to use it. I got to tell you, I'm getting more and more into the paper. I am enjoying that product. I got a cover on it, but yes, paper is on track for an update. See it? They're both tiny, thin. I don't know. I got to get the ruler out. But they're both great devices, do totally different things. And to be honest with you, this is a secret between us. I wish that Remarkable 2 hardware had the paper software. Oh, that would be an amazing device. Amazing, amazing device. So the little bit of the Sony hardware issues, I'm getting used to it, but I do like the Remarkable writing better, a lot better. All right, we've got some questions we're going to get to. 1 second. Now my nose is tickling. Hold on 1 minute. Let me drink some water. I got to sneeze, guys. 1 minute. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's get to the questions. We are rocking and rolling. Okay, here we go. Andrew says he's very envious of the Quilla. That's all right. Levi, hey, from Idaho. Good to have you. Greetings from Sudan. Abraham, great to see you. Okay, Arcarius from Poland says, what do you think about the issue that Voya reviewed about the Remarkable 2, the horizontal and vertical lines nagging? I got a secret, right? I'm going to let you guys in a secret. So me and Voya are going to do our first show probably next 2 weeks, right? And we're planning on doing a show like every other week, like a couple times a month. And he's going to do one show on his channel, and I'm going to do one show on my channel. So you guys will have some fun, and we'll bring that up. I have not played around with it much, but I'm going to tell you what, Voya has more of an engineering brain than me, and watching his videos, it looks like they can fix it with a software update. I have not played with it that much to determine it. I've had meetings all week. I've been in mastermind meetings and coaching meetings, so I am just now getting back into my kind of testing mode, right? I've actually been working my real job. And so now I'm focused on going to be trying some of those things. There was one of our subscribers that said the battery is at 98%. I want to test that. I want to test the jagged line issue. And like I said, we're going to be doing some stuff with Voya, which will be good. And I'm sure that'll be some of the questions we bring up. And if you guys have any questions for us, it's going to be a good platform to start sharing some questions. And we're going to test it out. It'll be like morning coaching, a deep guide combined, because I'm kind of surface level and he takes it so deep. And I think we'll have so much fun doing that every couple of weeks, answering questions. We'll see how it goes. We're going to record the first couple and then we'll go from there. But both of us are having a great time doing it. But thanks for that question. And I don't have a great answer on it because I haven't had a chance to really work on it. But from what I can see in all the research and Reddits that I've read, is that it is something that's definitely fixable for somebody that has it. So great question. Beth then asked, is the paper on track for an update? I'm waiting to get it. Like they told me they were going to give me the update kind of a little bit early so I can start preparing a video and let everybody know. I do know split screen's coming, which is huge, huge, huge. I have a program called Get It Done Now, which is a 400-page document with data. It's a, if you remember the Covey documents, remember the Covey stuff? Basically, it's a similar thing. Let me see if I have one here. Yeah, let me see if I can show you. So it's like this. I'm going to share screen so you can kind of see. I think I can share my screen. Oh, this is an image. Can I bring that in? Let's see. I'm learning all this stuff. Let me see. Let's see. Can I bring that in? Let's see. Can we do this? Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Open. Hey, there it is. It worked. Okay. So this is it, right? So what I'm, as I've always showed, is on the left side, I have when I'm using the Quaderno, on the left side, I have my planner, and on the right side, I have my notes. And so with the split screen, I sent them this document to the paper to say, okay, I want that on the left side, and I want to have a note on the other side. So, and as I go, like this is January 1st, then every day you have a new planner. And this is year, as you can see, it's a calendar. It's kind of like the old Covey. Be in the 1st of November. We should be good to go. We'll have another update from the paper. And the other thing that I'm really working with them on is the reader. I want the PDF reader to be really good. I want to know where I left off at. I want to be able to do some things with it. So it's going to be interesting. And again, the thing with the paper company is they also have the Quaderno. The Quilla. So it's not like they just use this tablet. They've got other things going on. And so they got a big picture kind of view of this, which could be good for all of us later on down the road, which is great. Hey, from California, great to have you. Let me go ahead and shut this over here. So I want to keep the chat open because last week we had some random chatters come in. Thank you. As I always say, this community more on a channel. We're building it. I will let you guys in on a secret. I am working in, one thing is with Voya. The other secret is I'm going to try to up my quality of the production of the things that I do. Obviously, Remarkable 2 was a good keyword. It's what built the channel over the last couple months. I'm going to do a video on how much money I made. I've made $1,100 this month on the channel, which is fantastic and growing. We're almost to 10,600 subscribers. So things are going really good, but I need to figure out how to do better with the things I do. So I got to work on the studio. I got another new camera coming, so it's going to give me 2 cameras. I'm learning how to do all this, and we're going to up the quality. And the cool thing is this is a community, you can watch the growth of this. The only issue is, and this is one that somebody pointed out to me the other day, as we grow and as the channel gets bigger, it's harder and harder for me to get to every comment, right? And that's the only thing. And at 10,000 is usually the tipping point. Like you're getting so many comments that it's hard to converse. And that's why these live chats are really good, because I can still connect with everybody. And that's what I want to do, I think, you were used the wrong word. Icarius. I love it. Icarius Bloody Wings. What a name. Beth Ann says, I have the Boox Note Air coming tomorrow, so may not keep the RM2 order. We'll see. Yeah, I think you got to wait. My Boox Note Air is boxed up and ready to be sold on eBay. And the reason is it's just got a lot of functionality to it. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. It works real well, but it's just so overwhelming for me at this point with so many things going on that I won't utilize it to its best purposes. And I think somebody that's looking for a reader, a note taker, and can deal with kind of the, I hate to say it, the cheap things about it, the case and the stylus. It's a great, and having to put a screen protector on. I wouldn't put the screen protector on, but it's kind of chintzy. And why wouldn't they put the screen protector on at the factory, right? Because if you look at the Facebook page, nobody can get the damn screen protector on. So there's just something about it that's annoying. And that's where I'll leave it. And Beth Ann, you know, you're here all the time. I would love to hear your thoughts because I never want this community and channel to be about me. I want other people to tell me what they think. And by having all these devices, I could tell you it's the functionality like is a little better than the paper. You could do other things and the light is killer. But there's just something about it. It's just, I don't know. And you'll see when you get it that it's just a little challenging when you're dealing with it. The Onyx products are great products, but it's almost like they're trying to do too much, which in turn makes it difficult. And I think, Beth Ann, it's really important that you watch Voya and you understand the difference between the apps that are made for ink and the apps that aren't. And it's almost like me and Voya were talking that they shouldn't put Google Play on the device because somebody will get the OneNote and try to use it on the ink device and it doesn't work. I mean, it's horrible. It's not even close. But if you use the apps that are optimized for ink, it actually works well. And there's not a lot of those, and you got to go through the app store. So it's a little, it's just weird. Like you try to do certain things, it doesn't work, and you got to experiment, you got to find. But once you get it set up for you, I think it's a great, great device. Okay, just so you know. Andrew, do you think you'd be able to travel with the Quilla? Yes. So I literally, this is funny. I want to put my to-do list on it and go to Starbucks when COVID's over, right? And like, I want to type for a little while, then I want to get up and like mark something off. And then I want to type something and mark something off. I want to do that. I may do that. I'm still planning on having a get together where I put the devices down and have people draw on them and see which ones they like. But I may do that. I don't know if I'll travel with the Quilla. One of the things I'm very fortunate with, Andrew, is that I do my events here. I live in Parkland Golf and Country Club. I don't mind saying that's a big place. But the reason I moved here is we have a big facility. And within that facility, I have 2 restaurants. I have a meeting room that can hold up to 300 people. I have a meeting room that can hold up to about 100. And I have a meeting room that can hold up to about 20. And so I utilize these facilities. So people fly in for my events. I drive my golf cart over there. I can take the Quilla into the room and I do my events here. So I don't travel a lot. Like as a speaker, I've really built my business virtually before COVID. Like I had all this done before COVID. I've been doing podcasting since 2005 and the majority of my clients around the world are all virtual or via the phone. So that's how I've been doing my business forever. So I'm way ahead of the game. So I don't travel a lot unless somebody's willing to pay me a lot of money to come keynote. Then I'll go. I did the Affiliate Summit last year at the Grand Marquis. That was a big event, you know, and I haven't done a lot more recently just because I don't like to travel unless it really makes sense. And if I do travel, it's usually for pleasure and it's not really for work. I do go to Indiana some. That's where I'm from. My parents are from near Chicago. I spend some time up there. And then I go to South America a lot, just not this year. I usually spend a month to 2 months in South America. And one of the things I want to do is really spend some time in Colombia and show you some of the things that I do down there that are just gorgeous and beautiful. I have a couple places down there. I live up in the mountains, and I want to bring this channel into that world as we start going, so we can have some fun instead of just these devices. So it'll be fun. But thank you, Andrew, for that. I probably will only travel here. It's on a stand if you see it. So you can take it everywhere, and it's battery operated. The battery lasts for 16 hours, so you don't even need to plug it in. But I'm not probably going to travel with it too far. Okay, let's keep going. Beth Ann says, also, Good e-Reader is having a major shipping issue, so beware. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about Good e-Reader. I've ordered a couple products from them. I think they're just a distributor, and so I think that's the problem. I think like the Onyx and the Remarkable and those companies are going to fulfill their clients first and then deal with distributors second. I would guess. I don't know that, but I would guess. Alejandro, hey, nice to see you. Is it still worth to buy the Boox Note 2 instead of Note Air? Greetings from Canary Islands. Hey, the Canary Islands, that's pretty cool. I think the Boox Note 2 is fine. I mean, the Note Air is a great device too. It's just, I think they made the Note Air to compete with the Remarkable 2. I mean, just look at the launch times. I mean, I really do. I think it's the exact same product, And they're just trying to put, like, say, look, you can do all this stuff on ours and you can't do there. And they're trying to dovetail on Remarkable's really great advertising. You have to admit, Remarkable's done an amazing job of advertising. And I think that's kind of the issue here, is that they're trying to dovetail on Remarkable's advertising with the Onyx. Now, you may look at the Boox Note 3, right? Isn't the Book Notes 3 out? I'm not even going to buy it, because I've bought 2 Boox Notes products in the last month, but they're just cranking products out. So that may be the way you want to go. But all these devices, look, even the Remarkable 1 is the same software as the Remarkable 2. It works exactly the same. And I've got yelled at on YouTube because I've done reviews and said, hey, the Remarkable 1 is a great device. If you're on a budget, the Remarkable 1 works. I mean, there's a few of us like Beth Ann who really do a lot of different things, right? And she's got the Papyr, and she's got the Remarkable 2 on order. And there's a few people that have all these devices and are trying to figure out what's best. I literally have to sell them. I have to get them out of my life, because what's going on is it's actually becoming a distraction. And I'm like, I got to pick what I'm going to use. And that's why I'm sticking with the Papyr, because I obviously have the Quilla and I do it for business. And I think that's the big deal. And I think one of the problems I've had a couple of the people I worked with in my events the last couple of weeks talk about OneNote. And OneNote's a challenge because people want OneNote to work, and it doesn't really work with any of these devices. But if you're in corporate, there's a lot of people that use OneNote. And so I've had that discussion with Papyr. I actually sent them an email and said, hey, if you guys get your PDF really great, your OneNote working, get your hardware working just a little bit better, they're going to have a killer app. And that's the thing. So it depends on your tools that you use, but I have too many and it's causing a problem. Hey, from Los Angeles, great to have you. If you want to say where you're from, that's fantastic. Little thumbs up helps us get the algorithm out to everybody as we are chatting about tech devices and fun stuff. You know, one of the things you always get with me is energy, because that's my normal job, is all about energy and positivity and really making a difference in people's lives and productivity. So that's what we're doing. Beth Ann says, I cannot wait to work on the Get It Done platform. Thank you. So how do you bring in templates in the Papyr? I have not figured it out. Basically, what I do with the Papyr is I use the Quirk Logic login, Beth, and then what I do is I drag the PDF in there. So it's just, all you do is you go into, you don't use the device itself. Go into the login in the Quirk Logic portal, and then drag it from your desktop into it, and it'll create the PDF. And basically what happens is you got to wait once you drag it in, because they transform it into their file type, that weird file type. So that's what you got to do first. So just drag it in. Go in and log in on your computer, put the PDF that you're going to use as a template, drag it into the Papyr device through the portal, and then it'll show up in the files that you have, or whatever file you put it in. Okay, so it's not like the Remarkable or any of the other ones where you push it and you bring it in. You can put it in Google Drive, and you can bring a page or two in by clicking the little button at the bottom, the contextual menu. You can see the contextual, the round menu there, and clicking the image. Go on your Google Drive. You can bring a PDF that way, but I like to bring it in the other way. Okay, so again, you can hit this contextual menu. I'll just show you real quick, just so you're asking that. So if I come into the Papyr, if you want to, you can click this. Okay, you see that there? You click this, and my session's logged out. But this is going to take you into, let me log in real quick. Hold on one second. Give me 1 minute. And you can watch me log in. Basically, they have a barcode on here, and you click this button, and you put the QR code, and you go like this, and it clicks it, and it says you have successfully logged in. So now it's logging me in, and this is their advantage. Like I said, if the Remarkable 2 had this software system, it would be just unbelievable. Okay, so when I'm here, Beth Ann, basically I hit the contextual menu, I hit the image button, and then I hit the image button again. Oops, sorry, it's logging me in. 1 second. Image button. I think it's hard with me holding it here. Image button, image again. Okay, and that's going to take me to Google Drive. Once I'm in Google Drive, let me sign in. I just go to what folder I want, and I grab the PDF, and I enter it. Okay, so once I'm logged into Google Drive, let me just log in. It'll take me 2 seconds. I think you guys are okay. Let me do it real quick just so I can show you. It's logging me in. Hold on 1 minute. And then once I'm in Google Drive, it's hard to do this stuff live sometimes. Okay, hold on. Okay, there it is. Okay, So now it's opening up all my Google Drive files. So if I come in here and I just grab any PDF, okay, let me see what these are. I don't have my glasses on. It's a little dark in here. Let's see. Copy of. I don't know what this is. I'm just going to grab this PDF. It's opening that PDF. Oh, that's my life wheel. So it's one page, okay? So if I insert that, it's going to come in the document basically as a template. It's loading. There it is. Okay, so you use that contextual menu, okay? Are we still stuck? Are we okay? Okay, yeah, we're good. So then your PDF is in there, and you can use anything as a template, okay? So that's it. Okay, so we're good. Oh, sorry, I guess we got stuck there. But yeah, so that's how you use the templates or you create templates in the paper, and then you're good to go, okay? So I'll keep going. I must have got stuck for a minute there. Sorry, guys. Maybe it was the internet. Sometimes that happens. No, Andrew, I do not use David Allen's Get Things Done. I like Get Things Done. I think David Allen's Get Things Done is good. I think it's a good program. But the problem I have with David Allen is there's just so much going on with it. I mean, he's got, if you're a real left brain person, touch this, touch that, go here, go that. My Get It Done Now program is more about, really about building residual and passive income and putting a game plan on how you're going to build a lifestyle. In fact, in there I have, what are your expenses? I do what's called the ILD spreadsheet, where we understand how much income, how much expenses are going out, and what is your ILD number. And basically, I teach something different than anybody else, which lifestyle is about building a number that covers your expenses and residual and passive income. And none of this cheesy internet marketing stuff. Real stuff. Like if you look at me, I got membership sites, I got books, I have courses, I have YouTube income, I have coaching clients, I have consulting clients, I have income coming from all over the place. And the majority of it's residual. So that's why I can go golf or I could spend time on YouTube. And so what I try to teach people is we're going to get that number down, build a lifestyle, put a program together, work through that so that you can have freedom and you can do the things you want. So it's a little bit, I don't want to say getting things done is more corporate, where mine is more working on the fringes of the system to try to build a lifestyle that allows you to do what you want. And it's really been great because I've helped a lot of people. And typically I work with a lot of experts. I have a rock star singer. I have a casting director. I have 3 pro golfers. I have an Amazon eBay specialist who's unbelievable. She's got 300 clients and does the back end of their business. These are people that I work with. I have a professional poker player. I have, who are some of the, I've got one of the doctors that's the lead in the COVID vaccine for both Johnson & Johnson and Moderna. He's helping run the trials. He's a university professor. I have people of all walks of life. I'm just trying to think. I have a dog trainer who's big out of Idaho. I have, who else do we have that just top of mind? Oh, a lot of accountants. I have a few accountants. I have a few lawyers. And the idea is that I help them put systems together to not only do the things they do in their life, but to help them become more free and really build lifestyle systems and structures, which I've done. But now this is a plan to do that. So what the Sacred Six book was about is identifying that. What is like your purpose or what is really your passion that you can do outside of your job? And then how do you implement that? And the thing that I've seen with my masterminds and people I've worked with is that we need to structure it a little bit better so that they get things done faster. And that's what we're working on. Typically, we work a 2 to 5 year plan to help people come free. Anyways, I don't want to sidebar into that. That's not what this channel is about. But that's what I do in my day-to-day life. And that's how I make my money. In case you wondered, it's not made here on YouTube, even though one day it'd be nice to build it. But really what it's about is helping people develop freedom and work on the fringes of the system instead of being stuck in the system. And helping them develop their expertise to be able to bring it to market and then utilize principles and systems to be able to build those things so that they can be free. And what we found is typically between $5,000 and $15,000 in monthly revenue can create total freedom. And I literally play golf with people that have made hundreds of millions of dollars that are miserable because they really don't do much anymore. And I really believe that if you can find something that you're passionate about and you can make between that $5,000 to $15,000 and keep your expenses below that, it's such a great life. And so the idea of trying to get material things, this changes that whole dynamic and it allows you to build a really cool life. So anyways, I won't go there, but that's what I'm really excited about. Okay, let's keep going. Vincent said, will this be a template sample within the paper? Vincent, and I think Beth asked this too, the templates are just PDFs. So they're just PDFs that you upload. So anything can be a template for the paper. So you don't need to create a special template. You just load a PDF in, and now you have a template for whatever you're working on. So basically, you can create any PDF you want, or take any PDF you have, and you can upload it in, and basically that is a page that you can work on. I hope that works for you. I hope that gives you the knowledge. Olivia, hey, hello. Congrats on the 1,100 bucks. Thanks, David. Yeah, it's not done yet. We got 2 more days. We're pushing. But I'm going to do a video on that, on what we did with 10,000 subscribers and how that revenue came in. It's because of you guys, right? I appreciate you, David. By watching the videos and liking them and hitting the thumbs up, that's where it works. Are you taking questions about the new Remarkable 2? Yeah, Sovereign Grace. Yeah, we're taking questions about everything. That's what we do here. And that's the new Remarkable 2 is right here. So it is right here. We can take some questions on that for sure. I haven't been rocking that as much as always. Yep, I'll wait until paper updates to do a decision on the other units. Great. I love it. Okay, Books Note 3 is out there now. A review would be great. Yeah, I haven't got any Onyx products. I'm selling a bunch of my stuff, and then I may buy one. I think I'm going to get the Samsung tablets. I want to go into that world a little bit and see what competes with the iPad. So I'm getting ready to spend some money on some new tablets and see what's going on. We'll see. Gabriella, hello. Banker guy, there he is. User tip. This is an RM extension that can be added to Google Chrome. If you pull up a PDF on the internet, a quick click on the extension loads it to the tablet. That's huge. So there is a RM extension on Google Chrome that you can use. And that is, I know a lot of people use that. The Remarkable 2 also, one of the things with the Remarkable, some people hack it because it's a Linux-based system. So I may hack my Remarkable 1 just for the fun of it. Remarkable 2 also comes with the screen protector factory fitted, and some are really tried to peel it off today, thinking of it just as an ordinary cover. Saw it on Reddit. Really? This thing is, I don't even see there's a screen protector on here? Oh, there is. Wow, yeah, you could probably get to that. See, that's what you should do. Put the screen protector on. I think that's the big thing that makes such a difference. Guys, honestly, this device is amazing. The hardware is, there's nothing comparable to it. I'm telling you, if the paper company could get a hold of this device and put it, oh my gosh, I would be in heaven, 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 heaven. The only thing is with the Remarkable 2, you're stuck in their world. It's kind of like iPad. This is a note taker and a decent reader. That's all it is. And that's all it's ever going to be. Okay? So just so you know, I'm not a fanboy of anything. I'm not. I'm a fanboy of what makes me money and what makes me efficient. This works great, but it is what it is. And I'm going to put my planner on it and test it. But more than likely, I'm going to use something with split screen with like the paper, which I'm using, or the Lumi or the Quaderno. And that's a big thing for me because I can have my, like the Covey idea of back in the day, left side, I got my day and what I'm working on, and on my right side, my notes, okay? When I am working, which isn't a lot. I work enough, but not a lot. I try to get as much in as I can. I love it. All right. David says, to add to what you said, I wouldn't really buy an Onyx product with the hope of using most apps. I mainly got it because it offered the ability to search handwritten notes and shapes and tools. And David, I think that's a great point. It does do some great things. And I think that's where the frustration lies. It's like you get this hope that it's going to do all these things, and then you start doing things, and then it doesn't work, and you get frustrated. And I think you got to dial in to what you're going to use it for and not try to do everything with it. And I think that causes a problem. Have Remarkable ever been in touch with you? Remarkable, thank you, SGA. Yes. When I did a complaint video, so Voya, this was before I met Voya. It was so funny. I was like passive aggressive. I really didn't care, okay? But I did. I was a little annoyed. My videos were #1 on the internet for a long time. I had one that did 200,000 on Remarkable 2. In fact, before it came out, if you searched YouTube, it was like everywhere in Google. And so they sent out all the review units. Voya got one, like Eat Good Reader, and I didn't get one. And I was like so angry. But I wasn't angry because I don't take this too serious. But I mean, it was like, come on, guys, send me a review unit. I got a ton of people that are watching. It would be fantastic. So I did a video and I said, I didn't get a review unit. I'm not angry. I just know that I'm buying it and I know I'll do a review when I get it. And so the vice president of Remarkable reached out and said, JB, we love you. We only had 20 devices. We're sorry that we couldn't get one to you. So that was the extent of it. So I have spoken with them with a VP. Nothing like Quirk Logic, where literally I'll have a meeting with them next week to discuss what you guys are saying. And I'm not a brand advocate at all. They're not paying me. I will tell you they sent me a Aquila, which I'll take. I'm very happy about that to use. But they are not paying me. They're not guiding me in any way. They're just saying, JB, can you help us make our products better? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a user and I will. I'll help you make your products better as long as you take care of the customers. And I really think they are doing a good job with that, and they're trying to serve people. And that's all I can ask from a company. Remarkable, I think they've got a communication issue, but hey, it helps me do videos on this channel, right? And then the Chinese company, I haven't talked into them much, and I guess Supernote has got really great customer service too. I just haven't used it. I haven't, you can only do so much. There's only 24 hours in a day, so I haven't got into Supernote, but some people love that A5 unit. I'm gonna sell my A6X. I was using it for quick notes, but again, it's like too many devices, right? I'm simplifying all my stuff, and I'm gonna simplify these devices. That's the key thing, okay? But thank you for asking that. Sovereign Grace says, can you share insight why the RM2 has a 5-pin connector on the bottom left edge? That's a great question. So the one thing cool about the Remarkable, if you look at it, it has a 5-pin kind of extension there. So nobody's really talked much about it, and I believe that that's a future connector for maybe a keyboard. I think something that's going to come in the future, and I believe it's a keyboard. They're future-proofing their product by putting that connector there. And yes, so Sovereign Grace, next question, is this a sign of future accessories? Yes, that is a sign. And we all know, Voya talked about it, there may be a subscription service, and there may be a couple things coming, and I really believe that all has to do with future of what they're doing. Right now, they're just trying to get the products out. They're having enough problem with that. But I do believe that that could be a keyboard. It definitely looks like the pin on a lot of products. Let's see, does the new iPad have it on it? iPad, no. So my iPad sticks to my Magic Keyboard. It just sticks to it. It just sticks to it and connects. I don't know, what that could be, but it's definitely set up for future accessories. I'll tell you that. I can tell you that. They don't put a 5-pin. They didn't spend extra money on it just to put it there for looks. There's something coming. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something coming. My guess would be a keyboard, but for sure, I think it's future accessories. Hey, as you and Voya have such a voice, has anyone, and Remarkable reached out to you. I covered that. So a little bit. Thomas, hey man, good to see you. Glad to be able to get on this time. Great to have you. Beth says, IT test our company, so that's why I can do this. Oh, okay, cool. Chaplain James White, good to see you, man. I think Chaplain James White has an Onyx product. Quote me if I'm wrong. I know you have either a Supernote. You may have the Supernote A5 that you really like. Great to have you. So no, it's not a traditional template. Drew, great to have you. Just joined it. No, we're just kind of talking about the Remarkable 2 and everything. You're fine. Great stuff. Thanks, Andrew. You rock. Drew, I'm still experiencing 96% battery level on the Remarkable 2. Yeah, that's weird that you're having that. Another issue is the PDF links don't work. That's unusual because I don't know if that's been a problem. I haven't charged my battery today, so I got to look at this. So I guess what Drew's saying is he got the Remarkable 2, and as he plugs it in, it goes to 100, then drops to 98% immediately. I wouldn't doubt that there may be some type of battery issue. I mean, these batteries, they kind of wear out. That's part of the problem with a lot of these devices, right, is the battery stuff. I think that's why the electric car companies and Tesla have helped so much. That's been a big thing. Let me see. Yeah, my battery's down to 17%, so I actually need to charge this device. But I haven't played much, Drew, with the PDF links. One of the things that I will tell you that Remarkable is not known as the best reader. It works as a decent reader, but it's not like going to replace everything. And I think that's where Onyx has such an advantage that the reader is so much stronger. I think the reader in the Onyx, because you can put different things in there, works out a little bit better. So that's the key. Love your content. Thank you. Do you have issues getting large PDFs onto your device? It depends on the device, but I haven't yet. Typically my PDFs are, I don't put huge books on them, but I just put on the new, my new planner, which is 372 pages going up because we're actually putting the dates in it for 2020. I want it to be professional. The one that I showed you. So this one, I want the date on it. Like like everybody that makes these journals, a lot of people just put the, you put in the Monday and you put in this stuff. I want the date on mine. I want that to look like that. And so in order to do that, I'm going to have a big planner that I'm going to put on. But so far, no, we've been pretty good as far as getting PDFs on. I haven't had any issues really on any device putting PDFs on. I think the file systems of the Remarkable is good. It's their own proprietary system. I think the file system of the QuarkLogic is really good. The Onyx is fine. The Quaderno is horrible. And the Supernote is okay. So it's kind of where the file systems. And typically, what I like about QuarkLogic and the Onyx and Remarkable is that you can put the PDFs on your computer and then they just transfer in. Except the Quaderno. The Quaderno is a little funky. You got to plug it in to the computer and then kind of side load things in. I think that's just a weird way. And in full disclosure, the Quaderno is in a box, getting ready to be sold. I have not used it in a while. It is very clear. I know we have a couple people that use it. It's a great reader, but it's just not a device that I'm going to use. So that's a key thing. Jason says, any thoughts on the jag lines for the RM2? Do you think it can be fixed, improved via software? I'm batch 5 and I can't wait. The Remarkable 2 is an amazing device, okay? Amazing device. If you want a note taker, it's awesome. I love it. Yes, I do believe they will fix it. I do believe it's a software fix. And watching Voya's stuff, I haven't had a chance to talk to Voya about it. We'll probably talk about that when we do our interview coming up. But I do think they'll fix it. I think it's a software issue, and I think they'll fix it. I think the issue is for those of you that are artists. I am not an artist, okay? That needs to be fixed. Like, you need a device that's going to work. And that's where the paper, which I really, really love, and the expanding canvas could be awesome, but it's just got a touch of lag that I think turns artists away. Where the Remarkable is like, I mean, it's super fast. It's lightning. It's an amazing device. It's an amazing device. So that's the thing. Stealth, I love that name. ST34LTH, Stealth X. That's a badass YouTube name. I was hoping to put coding books onto my device to read, but I was concerned it might slow the device down. No, I think you'll be all right. Depending on what you get. What do you get in an Onyx or Remarkable? Just let me know what you're getting. I don't think you're going to have an issue with that. If you're going to be coding books, you may want to go up to the 13.3, which would be the bigger, the Lumi, the Papyr, or the Sony, or the Quaderno. Just maybe a little bit better to read. The Remarkable is fine. It's just a little bit, the A4 is a little smaller form factor, and I do think the readers are better. I know a lot of people like the Lumi as a reader. The Onyx Boox Max Lumi is a big device, and a lot of academics like it for PDF journals, and it does work pretty good. Bruce from Belgium, good to see you, man. I haven't seen any image showing how sheet music looks on the RM2. It's not bad. Let me pull one up. I think I can pull up a template of the sheet music if you want to see that. Give me 1 minute, guys. Let me see if I can create a quick sheet. Come in here to layers. Again, for music, I will tell you that a lot of people like the Onyx products because you can add a Bluetooth flipper on it with your foot, and there's actually a Bluetooth foot switch. And so you put your music up, you put your Onyx Max Lumi or your Onyx Note, and you use the Bluetooth to flip the sheets. That is one thing that's really awesome. Let me get my glasses on. Let me see. Where is... we got tablature chords, music. Okay, so here's a music sheet. So the music sheet's not bad. Can you see that? So let me see if I did it like... Let me put some music on here. I play guitar, but I don't know how to write music. I'm just learning guitar, by the way. I shouldn't say I play it. Okay, look. And I think the thing is, I'll show you guys. Look at how fast this is. See how fast? It's unbelievably quick. And I'll just show you. This is one of my complaints of the paper. I'll just show you. Oh, my pen fell off. And the Onyx works. Like I said, it just isn't the device for me. Let me go into here. Okay, so if I look at the paper, it's not bad. Okay, but you can kind of see. Let me come up here and it's not bad, but you see it a little bit behind it. It trails it just a hair. It's got a good feel to it. You can actually hear it. But it just trails a hair, right? And it doesn't bother me because I use it all the time now, and I like using it. It doesn't bother me as much as it used to. But I got to tell you, if you put it up against it's like Secretariat running the Belmont. This thing is just unbelievably, I mean, it's just so fast. Let me see. See that? It's just like, it's right on it. And it's just, they've done a great job with this device. The Onyx is a little bit off of it, but the Onyx is good too. I don't have a problem with it, but it's not the Remarkable 2. Very interesting. Thank you, JB. Do you think a 10-inch device is good enough for reading large PDFs and to work on a split screen? It can work. I mean, you're going to have to try it, Alex. I do think I think from what, and again, this is not me, from the subscribers, the Lumi and the bigger devices like the Quaderno, people like to use them. And that's where I think Onyx has the advantage. I really do. I think Onyx, if you're going to use it as a PDF reader, it's hard to beat it, especially that Lumi. It's got the front light on it, which is really nice. I mean, it turns it into a big reader. Like I said, mine is in a box. I'm going to let everybody know what I'm selling. I'm going to put it up on eBay for a penny and just run a bid on it, and whatever wins it, wins it. So good. But I think you can get by with a 10-inch. I'm 51 years old going on 52. I need glasses, so it's hard for me to read on these smaller devices, and that's part of my problem, right? Stealth, I like that, Stealth X. I see that name, and I can see it in the name, man. You're a creative person, man. Really creative. RM2 Batch 4. I like it. Here you go. David said, I got my Max Lumi, and I've been using it past week. So we have a Max Lumi user. David, thank you. I'm a little tough on Onyx products. The stylus in that thing, I don't like. I mean, come on. You spend $800 on a device. Give me a good stylus, right? But the light on it's great. And also, put the screensaver on at the factory. Onyx, if you're watching, please put the screensaver on the factory. I have OCD. Every time I look at those bubbles, I go crazy. It's like, I can't get the bubbles out of this, right? But yeah, the Max Lumi is a great device. I'm not going to rip it, especially if you're using it for PDFs. What a great device. I use my iPad for a lot of that stuff. But if you're somebody that's looking for a PDF e-ink reader, I think it's probably at the top of everything right now. So see, I don't rip on Onyx that much. Just was saying, no problem for the recommendation. Steven says, sometimes I experience some lag on the RM2. Great. I haven't seen much, Steven, but yeah, I'm sure it happens a little bit. And we got the jagged issue. Not a perfect device by far. And the paper is just, it's the Sony. It works. So, but it is pretty good. I had a hard time installing the dictionary and the no air, a lot of hassle. So Requitku, 1970, maybe that's your age. Me and you are about the same. I was born in 69. Yeah, the Onyx, this is what I'm saying. Like, the Onyx products make me pull my hair out. Like, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and they're just not, because I think they're trying to do too much. I wish they would just tone it down a little bit and really pick a few I think it would be better. Hello, Bruce. I'm also from Belgium. Great to have that. You got this. Thank you. I pre-ordered the RM2 on batch 11. I'm not sure if I should keep the order. Sherry, you'll be getting it in December if you decide to. Depends on your use case. Great note taker. Great piece of hardware. If you're looking for something to take notes day to day, you're going to keep the RM2. If you're looking for more stuff, then it's not going to do a ton of stuff. Olivia from Finland. Great. I don't know much about these devices, but I find them interesting. Awesome. I'm waiting for my RM2. Well, welcome. We're all trying to figure it out. I got the RM1 2 years ago on a whim, and here I am now doing YouTube videos on these things with a freaking 42-inch e-ink device behind me. It's pretty crazy if you ask me. I'm just a nerd that's having fun and building a YouTube community here to help everybody come up with some ideas. And I'm probably going to let my real work start streaming in here. I've got a spreadsheet that I want to teach, that ILD concept too, that I'm going to do a video on that I think will help a lot of people. So I'm going to up my quality. That's what I'm doing. And because of you guys, I can do that. And I appreciate you being here. Janik says, you have a recommendation for a device for working together in small teams, note-taking and note sharing. That's where I think the paper is just unbelievable. The collaboration of this device, if you watch some of my videos, on this device is super cool. It just works. Like, you can do a lot with it. The software on it is so cool that you can share. People can have an iPad. They can have this device. And I just think the collaboration of the paper is really cool. And one of the things that's cool about the paper, let's say you and your team get it, they will set up an onboarding with you with the company, which is really cool. I mean, who does that? And they'll show you how to use it, show you how to collab with it. So I would look at that, Jenny. The only problem is they're not shipping to Europe yet. They may be soon. I should know this month when we're talking to them to get into Europe. But for collaboration, it's the best, because really the Remarkable, you can't collaborate with. I mean, you could download a PDF, upload a PDF. The Onyx products, you could try to do it some wonky way with maybe Google Documents or something. But this actually has software for it, and that's why, because they built the Quilla, the 42-inch thing behind me, for that particular thing. Because basically what they wanted is if you have this Quilla in my office here, and I have a client in Southeast Asia, we can be working at the same time together. And that's really what they wanted to do. So that was good. Olivia says, nobody, I meant to say. Thank you for the correction. That's okay. I'm pretty good at handling this. I think translating and getting through some of the comments, trying to. David said, from my experience for the PDF PowerPoint, the 13.3 is phenomenal. I used to have a Note Pro, and that was my concern. Yeah, so David's a great example of somebody in the community using a Lumi and happy with it. But he's using it for what it is. If you're using the Lumi as your primary note taker, and then you're like, want to replace your iPad, I think that's where you're going to get issues. You're not going to watch videos on the Lumi, right? And so I think you got to figure out what it's for. And somebody that reads a lot of PDFs, it's worth the $800 investment. Steve, great to have you. Batch 7, you'll get it soon. I'll keep you updated. And David said, however, I've had a whole year to use the software and the UI on the Note Pro because there is a lot to learn about Onyx. Thank you, David. So what he's saying is, when you get these Onyx products, they're deep. I mean, that's a Voya device, right? Voya is doing his review of the Note Air. He is absolutely going to love that thing. I guarantee it, because he digs into it. Look, I'm a guy that doesn't read the reader's manual. I bought the new SC2, whatever it is. It's a $1,000 stabilizer or gimbal that you can use with the camera, so I can do some cool stuff. I didn't read the user manual. I got frustrated, watched a bunch of YouTube videos and tried to figure out how to kind of get it working. But then somebody said, well, did you even read the user's manual? I am not a user's manual guy. So that's part of my problem, where Voya is. And the Onyx, I will tell you, is a user's manual person's device. Meaning you're going to have to learn that device. You're going to have to get into the device. And if you're all like with that and you're total left brain, it's a great device. But if you're kind of running down the middle and slant a little bit right brain, where I'm a creator more than an analytical. I like analytics, but I'm more of a creator. I create a podcast every day and try to do a video every day. I write books. I'm more of a creator than the analytical side. I come from aerospace, so I have the engineering and sales. I was never an engineer, but I was in the sales side. And obviously, when you're in aerospace, you have to have a left brain, because I sold helicopter engine repairs and engines and JT8 gearboxes and engines repairs. Then I moved to buying and selling aircraft. Yeah, I had to have a left brain, but I'm more of a right brain person. I never got into the documents or reading the manuals. That wasn't me. So the good combination is we have Voya, who we're having fun with, who is more of that guy that can really get deep, and then I can kind of give you the surface level stuff. So if you're looking for stuff that's fast and easy, the Onyx is not your device. I can tell you that. Hello from Germany. Great to have you. RM2 in December. Fantastic. Did you see the pictures of someone that took the screen protector off by mistake? No, I got to see that. I didn't even know there was a screen protector on this thing. I got to see that. People, billions of people in the world. Somebody's going to do it, right? That's so funny. Hey, JB, can you explain how to use layers on RM2 on day-to-day jobs? Yeah, real quick, I can show you a layer. So say we're working on this music, and we have this as a template, and we don't want to erase that. Like, that's the music we're going to play. And let's say I'm a teacher and I'm working with somebody and I want to add a layer. Okay, so I add a layer on top of this, and you can see me do it real quick. I'm going to say, let's change that to a double parallel. I don't even know what a double parallel is. I just made that word up. Okay, so now that's up there. And let's say I said, let's do that. And I think if we put this here, the music's going to be better. Okay, so see how I've got that up there and all this is here? Now at the end of the day, as soon as it says, we don't want to do that, or I've got my template for the things I'm doing today, and they're already done, you've marked them all off, you come into your layers, and basically you delete that layer, and it's gone. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm writing on top of things. So think about if you had a checklist, right? So you have boxes, okay? I'm putting boxes. These are the things you got to get done today. I add a new layer. Okay, so I have this layer here, and I check them. Okay, that's it. I got that done today. I watched JB today on YouTube. I subscribed to his channel. I liked the video. Thank you. All right, I like those check boxes. Okay, at the end of the day, okay, I'm done with the day. You come in here, you go into your layers, you delete your layer, and the checkboxes are clean for tomorrow. Is that a cool use case for layers? The paper does not have layers. That's part of the problem, right? But isn't that cool? That really works well. Great question, and thank you for that, for Pascal. That's great. I'm batch 7, okay, and but getting more being more intrigued by the paper. It's a cool device. It does a lot of things. It does have Google, so you can actually connect to Chrome, and it does connect with Google Drive. Again, there's a little bit of a learning curve in all of this, and that's why I tend to grab it more than anything else right now, because I use it for work, right? So that's the thing. Can you create your own template on RM2? It's a little challenging. I would just bring in a PDF. Part of the problem with using third-party and created templates, and this is my experience with the RM1, is that when you put the template on, eventually you have to, when you update the software, you got to reload all that stuff, okay? So again, it gets into that user's manual thing. If you're somebody that could save all your templates in some place, and then when you update the software and you got to re-upload them again, that's an issue for me. So instead of creating a template, I would use a PDF and layers on the Remarkable 2, just like I just showed you. I would use layers and put a PDF, and that's how I would use a template, if that makes sense. That's kind of how the paper works, except there's no layers. Maybe one day we'll have layers there. Is the reader experience on the Remarkable poor? I see no bookmarking ability as a huge problem, but I hope it will be added in an OS update in the future. John, welcome. I'm glad you're here. The Remarkable reader is not that great. I'm going to tell you, I don't think any of these devices are a great reader yet. I'm working with the paper team. I told them, man, if you make your reader great, it's going to give you a competitive advantage, except for the Lumi, okay, and the Onyx products. I do believe that they are pretty much a reader, and that's what they're known for, and that's what they're really good at. But the problem is, you got to almost have a PhD to figure out everything you can do with it. But if you're going to use it as a reader, I personally think right now the Lumi is the best device, as a couple people have said in here. Paper is a better e-reader than the RM2. Steven, great question. No, I think they're about the same. Neither of them are great. The paper, the problem is, and this is supposed to be fixed in an update, is when you're reading it, when you turn the device back on, it doesn't remember where you were at. So if you have a big PDF, what I typically do is mark it, and then when I go in, I go to the table of contents, which is all the sheets, and I scroll to until I see my mark. I don't want to do that. So they're supposed to be updating that. Also, if you want to add a note next to a piece of the document that you're reading, in order to install it and put in that note, it takes it to the back of the PDF. Those are two things that are supposed to be fixed in the next update. And so as if you're here on the channel, I just subscribe and you'll hear what's going on. Both of them are decent readers, but not fantastic. You guys know for my fiction reading, I use the Kobo Forma. It's by far my favorite device. I read on it every night. Sits by my nightstand. I use that for reading. Obviously not big PDFs, but for books, it's all I read books on, okay? And I love my Kobo. It's just, the Forma is probably the best device I have. Thomas says, hard to find styli here in Canada. Any suggestions for who might be able to sell me a Lamy stylus? We have a subscriber that sells them. I just bought mine last week from him. Thomas, are you on LinkedIn? If you're on LinkedIn, do me a favor, send me a message on LinkedIn. In the description of my videos is a LinkedIn. Friend me on LinkedIn. I'm hardly ever in there. I'm trying to get in there more. But the person that does it, sells the Lammies, he is in there. He's got a small store and he can get you one. I know he's in the United States, but he sold me a Lammy and he told me if you ever want a discount for your people, just have him reach out to me. And he's got a side business where he sells those things. So just hit me up in LinkedIn and I will get with you on that, okay? So thank you for that. Chris, aloha. Great to have you from Hawaii. Waiting the RM2 batch 8 and proud. Good to have you. Looking to have a device with good transcription for my writing. Do me a favor, Chris. Here's the situation with transcription. Everybody needs to know this. All devices use a third party. It's not Remarkable doing the transcription. It is sent through the cloud to a transcription service and sent back. You have to work on your penmanship. If your penmanship is no good, it's going to struggle. And they all the same with all these devices. So just work on your penmanship. It's going to be really critical to have a good OCR experience. And they do that. Sherry, yes, the calendar is going to be available December 1st. We are getting ready to launch that. It will be from morningcoach.com. Thanks for asking. I will announce it here on the channel too. It's a program that I'm launching called Get It Done Now. And there's a couple things that I do. It's part of my coaching program. But yes, I don't want this channel to be about me, and I don't want to be salesy, but I will announce that stuff. So thanks for asking. If I wasn't so used to and familiar with the Onyx products, I'd probably have gotten a paper. That's great. Well, it just depends. I mean, the paper is not the best PDF reader yet, but I think it will be. And I think you, David, you did good with the Onyx, and you know it. So you know how good they are. But I'm with you on that. Beth Ann, Lumia is not my favorite. We'll be selling or giving to a staff member that does not have an iPad Pro. Thanks, Beth. See, there's somebody, and I agree, Beth, if you're reading a lot of PDFs, that's where that device comes in. But it's kind of heavy, and it competes with the iPad, I think. But if you're somebody that reads a lot of PDFs, I would put it in a good category for reading PDFs. John says, I've been following you a while. Great stuff. What do you think presents best for corporate workflows from what you've seen? Note taking on the fly, easy transfer flow charts to convert to text. I would look into the paper device, John. I just think they're more geared towards a corporate market because they have this collaboration system already developed. They're more geared, and I know they're working on OneNote and other areas, and that's really what I use it. And that's kind of why I don't go to the Onyx and I don't go to the Remarkable, because these are devices that I'm using for business more than just for personal use. Does that make sense? So the paper to me is more of a business applicable system because of the collaboration, where the other devices are more personal use case devices where I'm using it for myself, the Remarkable, etc. Thanks for asking, John. David, I'm another David that loves my Lumia as a note taker. It's so easy to switch between notebooks. Agree, the stock pen sucks. I've tried a lot of pins, and I like the one best is the HP ZBook X2 pin. Thank you, David. I appreciate that comment. And maybe there's something with David and Lumis. That could be. We're going to find out. If everybody shows up that's a David as a Lumi, we're going to know there's an issue, right? Checkboxes work when converting to text. Oh, good. I love it. Can you use the RM2 out in the rain? I would not use the RM2 out in the rain, but you may be able to. I know I can use my books, my Kobo Forma, because it's waterproof. I don't think the Remarkable 2 is. Great question. I would check with them. I got to look that up because I got to know. Jacob, finally caught a live chat. Great to have you. Just got to say you're one of the most positive people. Oh, thank you. Made me look at Morning Coach, and I came to you originally because of the eating stuff. Oh, thanks, Jacob. Well, I appreciate you. Yeah, my real job is a coach. I'm the Morning Coach. Been that for 15 years. Done 4,000 and I think 30. Well, how many podcasts we did? I think it was 40 today. 4,040 daily shows. Every day I get up, I do it myself, and I put that energy out there. And just so you guys know, people pay $30 a month for that. I've had that business for years, and that kind of what funds everything. So first thing I get up in the morning, I take Neo for a run, my big lab, and then I do my show. And it's been a lot of fun. And thanks, Jacob. There's David again. Yes, I like the stock pen. Yep, unpopular, but hey, it works. Jason, JB, can I send my RM2 notes to my Kindle Oasis via email? Thinking of that in my workflow. Thanks so much. I got to check. I wish I knew. I'm not sure about that. I know you can email your notes. You should be able to send it to your Kindle Oasis email address. I would assume. I have a Kindle Oasis. I will test that sometime this week. Great question, Jason. Man, you guys are, like I always said, the smartest subscribers in the world are on this channel. They always give a hard time about YouTube subscribers, right? That, it's a bunch of kids. No, we have the best subscribers. I'm telling you, we have smart, intelligent people that ask really awesome things. Some people talking about the Lumi. That's great, David's. I love it. No problem, Sherry. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Hardwood M, good to see you. Do you have any plans to look at the Note 3? Right now, no. But I've got to kind of step back from things. I had an event Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with my people. I'm overwhelmed right now because I'm launching my new Get It Done Now program. I'm redoing my website a little bit. If you go to Morning Coach, I put a Halloween theme up for the next couple of days. So I'm getting that stuff done. I'm going to sell a bunch of devices. And then next week, we're going to get back at it. And I probably will buy some things. And I'm also going to show you my journey. If you guys are cool with that, I want to show kind of what I'm doing. I'm trying to inspire also people to do things outside the box. And so we started with like 6,000 subscribers about 3 months ago. We're at 10,000 plus. And I like people to watch what I do and go, maybe I can do that. And I'm talking about YouTube specifically or podcasting, but maybe writing your book or doing something. That's what it's about. Yes, we did it. We finally got to the point where I got a thumbs down at the end of the show. We had gone the whole time without somebody coming in the chat and screwing it up. But we finally got a thumbs down. That means we've made it. That means we're coming to the end of the show. I really, really appreciate you guys. Hey, thanks for reading the Sacred Six audiobook. We got a lot of people. The RM and your RM1 came today. Hey, it's the same software as RM2. You're going to love it. So it's just a little different device. The RM2 is sexy though. The RM2 is that's what I'll call it. It's a sexy device, like an old Jaguar. It's just a cool device. It's cool to have. All right, guys, so we're going to get out of here. Let me answer a couple quick questions. Thanks for all the info. I'm wondering how much better the writing experience on the RM2 comparing the Note Air. It's really about feel, but I'll give you a ninja trick. I would get an RM nib, I would order it, and I would get an RM stylus or a Statler or something, and I would put the RM nib in the Note Air stylus, and it is awesome. It is awesome. I'm just telling you, I think that is the secret sauce. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is the Halloween edition. Larry showed up. Larry, what's up, man? Good to see you. I was going to go, and so many cool people are showing up. So how did you decide what to sell, and what will you keep? Just day-to-day usage. The Onyx products are great, but I just don't have time to learn them, as people have discussed. They're great. I've got to try them out, but I just don't have time. I'll probably keep the Remarkable 2 because it is sexy. Oh, I got another negative. That is just fantastic. I'll probably do the RM2 because it is a great device. And I'll probably keep that. And that's kind of why I decided. And the rest I'm going to sell just because I just am not going to use them. And they're kind of getting in my mental space. Like, oh, I should grab that and use that. I just need to get rid of them. So the reason is not because the Onyx are bad devices, but because they're not the best devices for me. The iPad, in full disclosure, I use my iPad for a lot of things, right? And then I have the Remarkable 2 for some notes. And then the paper, I'm starting to use more and more for client work. And so that's why I'm using that more and more. And of course, I got the 42-inch Quilla behind me, and I'm using that more and more for specific things. So appreciate that and asking that. Larry, great to see you. I really need to pick one. I know it's tough. The Note Air is great. And it does work, but if you do get one, I would definitely get the RM2. A couple other things. Is the weight of the RM2 okay to hold for long times while reading? Yeah, it's not bad. It's a little heavy. I mean, it feels quality. I mean, you can feel like you can knock somebody out with this thing. You know, you could kill mosquitoes with it. Believe me, it's heavy enough. But I don't think it's too heavy. It's okay. You could read on this. It's not a Kobo or a Kindle, though, but it's definitely something you could hold on to. Okay, I'm loving the Remarkable 2 anyway. You are so right about use case. It fits my world, and that's what it's about. I'm worried about the RM2 nibs getting wrecked in my bag. No way to solve that right now. I think maybe they'll come up with something, but that's what it's about. Steve, you want to know about Sacred Six? Amazon. It's my book called The Sacred Six. This is it. There's an audio book. It was published by Hay House. So, and it's funny because you guys overseas, the only language they've done so far is Italian. So it's in El Sacro 6, which is pretty cool. They translated my book in Italian. I thought that was cool. Oh, there's Ricardo from Italy. See? Right underneath that, the next comment. My book is in Italian. How cool is that? Is it possible to add pages in a PDF file in the RM2? You can. It's a little challenging. It is not that great, but you can. You can. It's a great question. It is what it is. Yep. No entiendo. Hola, yo hablo español también. Necesito hablar español, sí. Yo hablo español, un poquito, je parle français. So it's funny. I speak pretty much 2 languages with a third, but no entiendo is okay. If yo necesito un show in español, it's okay. Anyways, thank you guys. You guys have a good one. But yeah, I do speak Spanish. So it's great to have you. Bethan, where should I be watching for your Get It Done activity? I will announce it here and in a Morning Coach, so keep an eye out. I will definitely, December 1st is our strategy. Yeah, Larry says toss the case. That's a great one. Trevor, cheers from UK. Caught the last 20. I love it. Why the Kobo over the Kindle Paperwhite? I love the size. Jacob, the size, it just fits the form factor perfect for me. I'll do a review on that. Larry, did you narrate your audiobook? Yes. I actually wrote the audiobook. When my publisher came to me, he said, JB, we want you to write a book because I got a pretty big base of people that I coach, right? And he goes, I want you to hire a ghostwriter, an editor. And I got C's and D's in English. I actually have self-published 3 books, and this was my first real paid-for published author book. And I said, no way am I getting a ghostwriter. So I wrote it myself. I did it, and obviously I had editors, and Hay House did a great job with it. And I did the audio book myself just because I thought I should. So my publisher was great. My next book that I'm working on will definitely be self-published. Not that I don't love my publisher, it's just a challenge in the timing of things, right? It takes a long time to work with a traditional publisher. The advances are great, but it just takes a long time. That's for other shows. I would love to teach you guys that stuff too on book publishing. So any of those questions, we're going to build the channel more about all this lifestyle stuff if you want, and we're going to move it into some cool stuff so I can help you guys do some of those things. Beth Ann, thank you. Jacob, thank you. Stefan, thank you. Chris, thank you. I got to come over and see you in Hawaii. You guys rock. Jonas, thank you. In Luxembourg, you guys all rock. You know, really love you guys. Thanks for supporting the channel. It's awesome. And I will be back next week at 1 o'clock. So have a great one. Vincent, ebook is on Amazon. It's called The Sacred Six. This is in Italian, but it's The Sacred Six by J.B. Glossinger. All right, guys, go have a great one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you next week. We'll see you tomorrow on a video, but I'll see you personally next week. Go have a great one, guys.